want to get married again? I said, yeah.
Well, why
But do
wouldn't you
you
put
want to
yourself
get
above
married
her?
again because the woman that you're with says, you know what, I think we should get married, and then you're like, okay, let's get married because
No,
you
no,
want.
no, no, no. I'm not a fool, y'all.
You're not
I'm not
You
a
figuring.
got married
fool.
twice and it didn't work. There's something went wrong. And that goes
Yeah,
back to the
that's
should men
that's
begin to look at marriage differently. In your perspective, you absolutely should look at marriage differently because it looks like you're not making a lot of the choices.
Wow.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and push. I'm gonna go ahead and push back on that. I'm gonna go ahead and push back on that. You know,
Married.
it's a longer podcast to really break down why I was married and what happened in my divorce. You know, that's a longer podcast. It's a longer topic to bring up. But no, yeah, I'm not foolish. I wasn't being foolish. The first marriage, I was foolish. Absolutely. I was 20. I was absolutely unprepared. I was unprepared for marriage. But that I was 20. So if I'm going to dictate the energy and the tank that I left empty from my first marriage at 20 years old and say, no, I'll never do that again. No, that's not accurate. That's not accurate at all. I'd be foolish to believe that I can't fill up the reserve tank and do it again. That
But I think like every guy on this panel who's married or reaching for marriage, it's not the only guy who doesn't want a wife who's A plus. He wants a partner. But everybody else, it sounds like
Hold
they're
on, hold on.
y'all building together, right? You can't do it without her. That's partnership.
Hold
We don't want a
Hold
wife.
on. Hold on. Partner Hal.
I heard that right?
Partner Hal. I mean, you deal with it. You deal with a lot of people, but there's still a level of authority. You know what I'm saying? There's still levels to it. You partner. If you look at a job, we all partners somewhat. You got a boss. Neither one of y'all the owners. You partner with a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? So when you say a partner,
There's nothing wrong with it. I think you got offended by it. Like, just stand on it.
I'm saying hold on because I'm trying to clarify what you mean by partner. Like a partner, like
partner. What the fuck?
He said, hold on, let him land. Let him land.
No. Yeah. I just need clarification for the partner. The partner term gets thrown out of there where people like you don't want you want a partner. I want a wife and not a partner. So can you just break that down for me? I'm asking for clarification.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the difference? Because you said someone a white. So what is the difference?
So like in Hamp's situation, it sounds like he's not a partner to his wife, that she's a wife. She assumes wife responsibilities. From what Mary described, she's a wife in her situation. She assumes wife responsibilities, right? So we talk about that like independent woman, she going out and getting her own bag and doing her own thing or whatever the case may be. What you described from your fiance is you guys would be building together and you can't do it without her, and it's going to build generational wealth. So that's a partnership.
But I think what Mary is doing is a partnership. Huh?
Yeah, I don't understand what you.
I don't understand. I don't understand because either way, you're building roles are just different, right? So you can be in a relationship where both of y'all work and stacking the bread. That's a partnership because you're working towards an end goal. A wife does that, whether that's her staying at home and taking care of the kids while I go get.
Okay, so we'll take it further. Is your fiance's goal to stay at home and take care of the kids so that you guys can build the generational wealth that you're talking about you need her for?
Absolutely. That's how we're starting off.
But it's not how it's going to go. I feel like you're giving safe answers.
No. So it depends. So initially starting off, it can always morph and look different, but she's responsible for the home.
What's she responsible for?
What she's responsible for, the home.
Whose plan is it, Adrian?
We're good. It's my plan.
So that's how you clarify for Q. So
there we go.
That's the plan. It's his plan. She's amenable to it. She's going to be a part of it and play her role and responsibility in said plan. But if that plan fails, she don't have to take the repercussion that comes with it failing. That's on him. That's why it's not a partnership. And you don't want to be our partner because you don't want to have to deal with all that shit. And we don't want you to. We don't want you to have to work 80 hours a week. See, people will think about it. But
I asked Adrian a question and you answered it for him, so it didn't look like he wanted a partner.
No, I'm giving you the actual clarification.
For him,
Yeah.
for his situation
Yeah.
that he can speak on because it's his situation.
Well, I spoke on it, but
Yeah.
you weren't understanding
It's
it.
okay if people can't find the words sometimes. I know what he's trying to say.
Okay. That's
You
a
ever have
partnership.
a meeting and people say what they're trying to say is XYZ, and half the crowd got it how you said it, and half the crowd got it how the other person said it.
It's the yeah. Okay.
Maybe you don't present in front of people.
No, I'm just saying it's like you could just kind of go along to get along too.
I don't know. I have 200 direct reports. So
Hold on.
sometimes you got to say it a
So are
different
you
way.
saying? So are you saying you don't see how what I was saying is the same
Well,
thing? Kind of what
I'm
Hemp was
saying what
saying.
I'm saying
the
is
same thing.
this. You're standing behind what Hamp said for you. So I'll take that as your answer.
No,
But
because
from what I understood
hold
from you
on,
is that you
because
were looking for
but
partnership, which
initially,
isn't even a bad thing. That's to me, that's a
I
good thing.
didn't. But initially, I didn't understand what you were asking me, and I was trying to get clarification.
Right.
You
But
see
if
what
it
I'm
was
saying? So
that
it wasn't
answer
like
that
you asked
Hamp
me because I
gave,
had
it would have just been
clarification.
that answer that like it's my idea, so therefore it's not a partnership.
Even with what Hemp was saying, let me ask anybody else in who else was here listening. Based on what I was saying and what Hemp was saying, can you see like that's what I was trying to get to? Like
Here you
yes
go.
or no,
Here you go. Now
or
y'all
do
validate
y'all
me.
think no? Because Q, you are the anomaly, my G. Like you're way over here in your own
You're gonna
little
get your
world, in your
validation.
own
Let
little
them land.
sphere, and
Y'all
it
say
doesn't
yes
apply to
or no.
everybody. And so then you like, oh, what it is, and it really makes no sense. You're like the 1%er, like way over here. So where everything else will make sense to 99% of America, you're the one person way over here.
It
Adrian,
definitely
it even
doesn't
makes
make
sense to
it
you,
definitely
which is why
doesn't
you
make
couldn't
any
give a straight answer and
You
he
see what
didn't
I'm
answer it
saying?
for you.
look, it definitely don't make no sense to say I'm gonna get divorced the third time. That
I have, but I
That's
have.
I know that makes sense
crazy.
too.
Like,
Sean.
were you?
Come on, don't try to piggyback on Adrian saying
Go ahead, Mary.
that makes
no,
sense.
I'm jumping. I'm with A. I don't understand it. Nah, it don't make
So
sense.
I got a question though. Like, were you referencing partner in regards to this is 50% and that is 50%? We doing the same thing. Like what? Like how were you referencing?
Yeah, because that's what it
him
sounded like he
having
was
a
saying. It's
partner?
going to be the same efforts, 50% towards
Yeah, that's what
something, and
she's
we're
saying.
working alongside each other. Because he said, "I need her to do this, and we're going to build together." That to me was a partnership. He didn't expound on, "I have this idea and I have this great woman who's going to back me." So that's
That's
probably
still a
where I got
partnership.
lost.
Every
But
marriage a partnership,
why wouldn't that
regardless of how you
still?
dice it up.
One at a time, though.
My question is, why wouldn't that still be a wife? Why wouldn't she still be a
I'm not
wife?
saying it's not. If you heard what I
Like,
said it sounds like every guy on here, with the exception of Adrian, has a wife. It sounds like he has a partner. That was his moment to basically say what Hamp said to clarify that.
but that's
So
what
I'm
I'm
going
saying.
off of what he said.
That's
And
where
a
it gets.
partner to me isn't a bad thing either.
But
So
that's what
he got defensive.
But that's what I'm saying. When you say partnership, to me personally, it's confusing because when anybody says this is my partner, they're referencing people that are of the same sex. Meaning a lot of times that people have these same equal parts. Like this is what it is here, this is what it is there. Like so when you say that's his partner, that means that she's going to be just as much as of a man as he is. Versus I'm going to let you live this soft life while I'm the husband, although we still are building certain counterparts, certain things in our marriage. It doesn't mean that you're just my partner, you're also my wife because I'm going to protect you.
But so like, did you
husband.
hear him? Did you hear him speak in that way? And was it wrong for me to have asked or assumed that?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did anything wrong. I feel like it's more so, and it's not me.
I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm just saying when he spoke on that, did that sound
he
like to
spoke
you
on it
that's
in
what that was?
regards to this is going to be my wife, and we have
There's a
great things
partnership in
coming.
marriage.
Right? There's still
Partnership in marriage.
this is my wife, but we're building together.
Every
Right.
Like there's
marriage is a
nothing.
Hold
partnership.
on. Because and so Q, I'm gonna try to because when you said partner or wife, it's like you had to choose because you said it sounds like y'all want a wife and Adrian wants a partner. My wife, somebody being
Well,
my
meaning
wife and being
more
my partner is two
partnership,
different things.
more
Huh?
partnership within your marriage. Yeah.
Right, but you didn't say it. You said more partnership versus a wife, like it was separate. So that's why I stopped you.
Okay.
Because
no
it's not separate. Like I like one point that Mary said, like wife, I'm responsible for you for everything. Partnership, nah. If you're not doing your part in the partnership, it's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? In any type of partnership anywhere else.
So when we had the podcast where we said, are men looking for a partner or a wife? That was just a dumb question because it's all the same. Hamp was just playing games with everybody.
No, because some men are looking for
the
it.
same. He's saying that he has a wife.
But you're not answering my question either, Mary. So when Hamp had the podcast that said, are men looking for a partner or a wife? What was the point of that question if it's the same thing?
Hamp always asks questions
valid.
like
It's not always to me, it's not always the same thing. Like when somebody is strictly a partner, this my homeboy. We live together. This my homeboy. You doing your 50, I'm doing my 50 and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, do couples as marriages build together? Absolutely. Absolutely. So do people say, yeah, that's my partner? But at the end of the day, my husband is always going to have more say over what goes on in my household than me. I'm still a wife. But am I going to help him build? You know, when it comes to anything in the house, is he going to help me build when it comes to anything I want to do or anything he wants to do? Absolutely.
So I'll go back and reference that podcast and see what people on that podcast on that day had to say about that and see if the whole panel said it's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not. So it's like a wife can be a partner, but a partner can't be a wife. Does that make sense? So you partner with your wife, but just a regular partner doesn't mean you're a wife too. Does it make sense when I put it like that?
Well, that part I understand. However, there would be a difference if Hamp used an entire podcast to pose a question with a difference where people spoke and expounded on two separate things.
Yeah. So the clarification is this, right? Your wife is a helpmeet. You have a plan. She has a role in said plan. In some of those instances in that plan, she may actually run a portion of that plan. I.e., in this plan, she's going to run the household, right? And in the next set of the plan, she might have to run to be the treasurer or the accounting, right? So Adrian will go and say, "Hey, how much money is left?" Right? He has to go to her for that information, but she's delegated tasks and responsibility, right, throughout this process, right? And you support her in every which way you can.
Correct. So let's just be clear. I was waiting for him to clarify that because I spoke and said, well, it sounds like out of everybody, he has more of a partnership. You guys have wives. That he took offense to that. So obviously there was some triggered language in there. But at the same time, if you explain that without getting hot, there's nothing to not be understood by that. Like you want to have a wife, not a partner.
Oh, can we clarify this? I stopped you. I didn't come for you. I didn't cue you tripping. I didn't start saying you was tripping until we got into me trying to explain it. But my initial reaction was because I know people talk about the difference between partner and wife. So that's why initially I slowed down.
But you didn't even have to whoa that. You could have just spoke on it because it wasn't to be offensive to you. Having a partner, offended. I don't see anything wrong with that.
What makes you think I was offended?
Because you said whoa, like that's not.
But that doesn't mean
shocking. You have a fucking partner. You have a partner.
Well, because you have a partnership.
You have a partnership. You're working together with her. Y'all working together.
You made a statement about me, and I didn't know what you meant by the statement, so I stopped you.
Yeah. Also, there was a. We know how it goes, right? So we know there's slight insinuation, like what the intent was. And it maybe was righteous, but he probably read it a different way based on history.
Oh, based on the fact that he got a lineup to come for me today? That's some personal shit.
I was getting this anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even come for you, bro.
Hey, man, listen. Interesting. I have two more, but I think we